Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be talking about Love Island USA Season 8, Episode 32. This might be one of the best Family Day episodes I've seen on Love Island. This is pretty good. So we start the episode with Trinity and Kata talking about their little situationship drama from last episode. So Trinity asks Kata why she was crying, and Kata says it's hard for her to talk about her feelings, but she says she was super happy when she told the girls about her exclusivity with Zach, and when Trinity said it was a situationship, her feelings got hurt. Trinity tries to explain where she was coming from. She said that where she's from, it's considered a situationship, like her and Zach's exclusive thing, but not boyfriend and girlfriend. She said that's what it is to her, but she's just gonna call it whatever Kata wants her to call it because she is happy for her and she just wants them to date already. But then Trinity apologizes for hurting her feelings and all is forgiven. Like Kata talks to Zach after and she says that she feels better because Trinity apologized and took accountability. So yeah, they're good. I honestly think this is all it took in the beginning. I don't think Trinity meant it in like a mean or like negative way. I think she was just saying what she thought it was or like maybe making a joke, and then Kata didn't take it as a joke and Trinity couldn't tell that she didn't take it as a joke because it was all like smiles and like laughing. So I think it was just perhaps a miscommunication. Then we have Family Day. Okay. So Trinity and Bryce go first, and Trinity's mom and sister come, and Bryce's mom and grandma come. Trinity's mom basically tells her that she's grown a lot since she's seen her, and then she says that she believes her and Bryce's connection is genuine. Trinity says that she was nervous about the age gap at first, but she sees it more as a green flag now because Bryce is like teaching her like how to look at things in a different perspective, which she hasn't done before, or like not in that way, I guess. Then Bryce's grandma says that they're a great match and she loves Trinity's sense of humor. Then Trinity's family talks to her on their own, and they say that they can tell she really likes him, and they didn't understand the magnitude of how much she liked him until Casa when she was like crying over him. Then they say the entire family loves Bryce. Then that's basically it. Bryce's family meets Zach, which is like a moment, I guess. But overall, Bryce and Trinity's families really like each other, and they're gonna win the season. Then Carl and Anaya's families come, and it is both of their sisters and their moms. Anaya's family say that they were confused when Anaya did choose to pick Carl during Casa, and she chose to be with Casey. But they say they were happy when he came back into the villa. They also say their connection seems really good and it's beautiful to watch. I felt like Anaya's family would do that because, I mean, Anaya went from Casey treating her terribly to Carl, who's like amazing. I wasn't sure about Carl's family because obviously, like, Anaya didn't choose Carl right away, so I wasn't sure how they were gonna feel. But Carl's mom said from day one she really liked Anaya and she's glad that she's coupled up with Carl now. Then Anaya's mom asked her why she didn't go with her gut to choose Carl during Casa, and Anaya said that she did it because of the time that her and Casey were together compared to like Carl, since her and Casey were together since the beginning and she had only met Carl like for 3 days. Then Anaya's mom brings up her connection with the girls. She said that she does like her dynamic with the girls, but she feels that she sugarcoats stuff for Melanie sometimes. And I agree with her mom. I'm glad that she brought that up because I feel like all the girls have been doing that. Basically, like pushing Melanie to be with Sincere or like saying their connection is really strong. And they're just not really honest with Melanie about how bad Sincere's actions look. Anaya does tell her mom that she knows Sincere messed up, but it's different because in the villa they're seeing different things than the outside is seeing. And to her, she sees that Melanie and Sincere do have a good connection and they really care for each other. So she just like rooting for them. I can see how this makes sense because obviously like we're seeing an edited episode, so they're really only going to show like the drama and the negative stuff for Melanie and Sincere because it's what brings like the viewers, it's entertainment. But I also think there's been a lot of drama and there's been a lot of things that Sincere has done wrong. I guess if you outweigh it with the positive things, it might be different, but still, like, seeing all that from an outsider is still a lot. Then Casey and Tiara's family come, and Casey's sister says that she loves their connection, and TT's family says that they can see that she really likes him, and then they tell their families that they are together, their boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't really have, yeah, I mean that's all I have for them, to be honest. They had a pretty short family section. It was basically just their family saying how much they love them together. So yeah. Then Kinsey and Dylan's families come, and both of their families seem pretty happy about the connection. There wasn't too much drama. I thought maybe Dylan's family might say something, but they didn't really. Dylan's family asked him like what's been hard for him in the villa, and Dylan brings up Kinsey kissing Gaul, and then asks his mom and I think it was his brother what they think about the situation. Dylan's mom said that she doesn't think Kinsey did anything wrong because she apologized and took accountability, and she was just trying to explore and essentially see like what works for her. I agree in a sense. I think I was a little bit biased because obviously Kinsey was doing a lot this entire season. I do think kissing Gaul was crazy, but I mean she did it. Um, I will say Kinsey did take accountability and did apologize pretty early on, and then she stopped exploring. Um, so I don't think it was a huge problem. I think it did kind of blow up into a bigger problem than it needed to be. But I mean they're good now, so good for them. Then Kenzie's mom starts crying because she said that she's been watching the episodes and she's seen Kenzie get emotional and it's been making her emotional. Then Kenzie gets a video message from her dad because he couldn't be there. Then finally, Kinsey talks to Dylan's mom before all the families leave, or before her and Dylan's family leave, and she tells her that she really does care about Dylan, and that she essentially kind of apologizing for her behavior, but like not really. I don't think Dylan's mom really like cared about her behavior. Like she told Dylan she didn't think Kinsey did anything wrong, but I mean I like that from Kinsey. I think it shows like maturity. So I think that was good. That was respectful. Then Kata and Zach's family come in, and Charlie is back. Okay. So Kata asks what their family thought about the hideaway, and her family tells Zach that it was good until you cracked your bad joke. I don't know if you guys remember what he said during the hideaway, but he said, "What if a bombshell comes in after they did whatever they did in the hideaway?" I thought this comment from her family as soon as they walked in, I thought this meant they were not coming to play and they were going to say what they thought about Zach. You can see they didn't do that. But Zach and Kata tell their families that they are exclusive outside of the villa, but they're not boyfriend and girlfriend. Then Kata's mom says, "Isn't that boyfriend and girlfriend? Like, what does exclusive mean?" Um, so I don't know. Were the girls really wrong to not understand what exclusive meant if her own mom isn't understanding it? I don't know. Then Kata asks her family what they think about Zach, and her mom says that she likes him, and her sister says that she was iffy at first, but she does like him. They both say they can see her happy and laughing all the time, so they can tell that she's happy and that they're cute together and have a good connection. I did think that they were gonna come in and comment on Zach's behavior, but no, they like Zach. So yeah, I think they're just happy that Kata's happy, but I mean, America doesn't like Zach. Okay, before I talk about Sincere and Melanie's families, I'm going to talk about their thoughts before. So Sincere said that he was nervous before the families came because he didn't know what he was going to say to Melanie's mom. While he is talking to Casey about this, Casey says that they can see his evolution, so it'll be fine. I don't know why he thought that was true. To me, Sincere, I mean, I'm sure from Melanie's family's eyes too, like, Sincere has been disrespectful since Soul came in. Maybe before then, I don't know. But at least since Soul came in, and that was pretty early on. And then he stopped, I don't know, like a little bit after Casa. Like, what's the evolution if he's acted a certain way for weeks and she constantly forgave him and told him to act differently? And then, he's only changed his behavior for like 3 days at this point. In terms of Melanie, she was also pretty nervous because she didn't know what Sincere's family was going to think about her. Um, but I feel like we kind of knew the viewers because Sincere's mom is literally reposting like hate videos on TikTok about him. So, I don't think his family was really vibing with his actions. But she does say that she doesn't think it's going to be a heavy conversation with her family or with her mom specifically because she thinks her mom will be happy that she's happy. Okay. So Sincere and Melanie's families come in, and Melanie's family was not happy. I don't know what Melanie was expecting, but her sister was mad. Her sister was calling Sincere out. She said she didn't like what she's seen on TV and she doesn't like seeing Melanie cry. Melanie's mom was not happy, but yeah, I don't know. I think Melanie thought her mom would support her, so it kind of shocked her a little bit. And I know she was shocked about her sister's reaction. I don't know if she's close with her sister, but it seemed like they just don't like she wasn't expecting her to react the way that she did and like stick up for her like that much. Then Sincere's family is not happy. Sincere's brother and dad came, and Sincere's dad said, "Oh, that's not Sincere. We're here for Melanie. This is unacceptable." Sincere's dad said, "I wasn't gonna come, but we don't move like that." Then Melanie talks to her family separately, and Melanie's sister says that she doesn't deserve to be treated like that, and he's not treating her right. Then Melanie starts crying. Um, then Melanie's mom says something, but her mom just seems very soft spoken and, it seems like she's looking at it from both sides. So I can understand why Melanie thought her mom wouldn't be super upset and she would be forgiving. But, her mom does say something, and I think that definitely hit Melanie. Her mom basically tells her that she's already given Sincere so many chances, so why continue to give him chances and waste your time on him when you could meet the right person and it's not him? Sincere talks to his family alone, and Sincere's dad was pretty upset. He said that he came to the villa to correct him. And yeah, I don't know. I was wondering, like, would Sincere actually take anything from this conversation? Or like, would he just not care? I think Sincere has been told by like multiple people in the villa that his actions were like bad. Melanie told him that, and it seems like he always like has that same response of like, "Oh, I'm gonna do better," and then like there's no like changed behavior really, and it's just words. So I'm not sure like if Sincere actually takes things to heart or if he just does what he wants to do. I can't tell. After Family Day, Melanie talks to Trinity and Anaya, and Melanie tells them how the conversation went with her and Sincere's families, and she says that neither of their families were happy with Sincere's behavior. Then Anaya tells Melanie what Anaya's mom told her about not being straight with Melanie when it comes to her and Sincere's connection. And then Anaya tells Melanie that she doesn't deserve to be with someone so toxic, and she says she's not going to minimize Sincere's actions anymore. Melanie responds and she says it's really hard for her mentally to hear Anaya and like all the other girls say like their team Sincere and like basically tell Melanie to stay with him, and then now she's like switching up and telling Melanie that Sincere is bad and she shouldn't be with him and he's not good for her. She says that she would have loved to hear that from her and the other girls in the beginning. Then Melanie says that it's hard to end her connection with Sincere because she does have feelings for him, but she does say that she doesn't trust him and she doesn't know if she would want to be with him on outside of the villa. I do think this is a problem because Melanie has spent so much time with Sincere and she hasn't really explored anyone else, and he's basically like all she knows in the villa. So I think it's hard for her to see how bad it is because she's given him so many chances and now like she's finally seeing change, so it looks like maybe there's like light at the end of the tunnel. But you know she's basically like she can basically just ignore everything that he did in the beginning and just continue to grow their connection now because he has actually changed. There is no more exploring, there's no more bombshells, there's no Casa right now. So like they're only focused on each other right now. Finally, Melanie talks to Sincere, and Sincere says that he took both of their families' reactions as constructive criticism, and he didn't take it negatively, but he just knows like what he needs to change essentially. Then Melanie says that her family was really disappointed in how Sincere was treating her, And Sincere says he's disappointed in himself. Then Melanie says if he's really trying to date her in the future outside of the villa, then he has to realize it's going to be a lot of work because not only does he have to fix things with her, he also now has to fix things with her family, her mom, her sister, like everyone who's seen her hurt on TV and is hurt for her and, doesn't think that Sincere is treating her right. She tells him to be honest about what he really wants. If he wants it to work out, if he doesn't, because it is going to be a lot of work, and she doesn't want him to say something just to people please. Sincere does say that he's all in basically, and he just wants to fix things with her and, be with her outside of the villa. Then Melanie says that she's going to be true to herself and not listen to everyone else, and she decides to try to see what life is like outside of the villa with him. Like I said, like she's been stuck with him in the villa. She's had no other, exploring really no other connection. So it is giving Stockholm syndrome to me, but to each their own. I do think if they do, continue to try to work things out and eventually go like exclusive outside of the villa, I fear they will end things within 2 days of leaving the villa. Okay, that's all I have for tonight's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will say tomorrow's video may come out a little bit late because I won't be home. But it will definitely come out on Saturday if I don't post it tomorrow.